Hello, friends. The depth of philosophy can be explained in a comprehensible way by stories. Likewise, the concept of God has been explained by forms and structures. Example, Lord Ganesha. So, Lord Ganesha has been represented by his huge body and an elephant head. So, in this post, I'll try to give my view on what his form represents and what the story behind his creation represents. So, first, the story goes like this. Lord Vinayaka has been formed by the amalgamation of dust from his mother's body. His mother, Parvati or Shakti, while having bath, took off the dust from her and collected all the dust, gave a form and structure to it, and that form is Vinayaka. Later, Lord Shiva beheaded the form of Vinayaka and replaced his head by an elephant head. Not only that, after replacing him with elephant head, he is so complete that he is called the Pratama Puja. So, Goddess Parvati or Shakti represents the energy. When energy or energy of electrons move from higher energy level to lower energy level, in terms of having bath, it is cooling down from higher energy level to lower energy level. It emits photons. So this is explained by the quantum physics. And the nature of these photons is that they are not bound by any rule or law. This is when Einstein most famously mentioned in his book, like, God does not play dice. What he meant by this is that, for example, if a tennis ball is thrown, it is governed and it's bound by the law of gravity and the other natural forces, and it is definitive. I can predict, like, I throw a ball, it can move only in this direction with a certain force that I give, and it will bounce in a certain way. Regardless of how many ever times I throw it, is the phenomena is going to be same for the tennis ball. Whereas the photons does not behave in one way or other, and definitely not governed by any principle or law. So when these kind of photons, or what you call as the dust from her body, is collected together, meaning all the photons are put together, not just one photon, when all these photons are amalgamated, it forms an intense source of energy that is capable of doing any action. So it is being constructively used. However, the inherent memory, the inherent control structures within the amalgamation of these photons is not enough to direct it in a definitive way, in a constructive way. So that's when Lord Shiva beheads its inherent energy, meaning silences its inherent energy and replaces by a bigger memory structure, which is represented by elephant head. So I want to emphasize the elephant head particularly here. So the nature of an elephant's memory is that an elephant can remember me. If I give him a cane sugar today, can remember 20 years later regardless of my deformation or color or change or anything. So when that kind of energy, that kind of memory structure governs and takes over the control plane of this amalgamation of energy, it forms a complete Vinayaka, also called Gajanana, after he is beheaded and replaced by the elephant head. Also, why is he called the Pratama Puja? So when this form, when this intense directive energy controlled by a high memory structure and memory control plane, it is capable of performing any activity. Like the Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti is embedded well together, that there is no action that is impossible for this combination to do. So that's why it is inherent that he is the Pratama Puja, and with that aspect of energy, like a focused energy and a contained memory. So these two are the factors, regardless of what activity you do. When you comprehend on these two factors, your action will be a definitive success. So that's what is represented by Vinayaka and the concept. Also, Vinayaka does not have a wife. He is a bachelor god. So the concept of wife in terms of God is that the back end energy or the force behind the God's action. Like for example, Brahma created the universe and he is creating the universe with the knowledge. So the knowledge factor is Saraswati and the creation factor is Brahma. The governance and administration factor is Lord Vishnu, whereas the resource required for the governance and the Aishwaryam, the perfect law abiding the governance, is Lakshmi. Similarly, for annihilation, and I repeat, it's annihilation, not destruction. For annihilation, Shiva needs energy, intense energy, which is represented by Kali or Shakti or Durga. Likewise, Vinayaka does not need any energy, back end energy, because he is complete in himself. He is the perfect combination of a directive energy as well as a perfect control structure. However, a different school of thought also says that Vinayaka has two consorts called Siddhi and Buddhi. So, in this case, Siddhi and Buddhi are not the back end driving energy, rather, they are the phenomena exhibited as a result of his valor. Like I possess intense controlled energy that can be used in a definitive way by a control structure. So, in that case, I naturally possess Siddhi and Buddhi, meaning I possess knowledge for execution of anything and the energy to execute anything. So, for success in any worldly or any matter for that purpose, you need such focused mindset and such focused energy. That's primarily what is represented by Vinayaka. I'm not touching on the philosophical aspect of Vinayaka further. I'm only touching the physical form, like what is represented by his physical form. In the future post, I'll touch about his philosophical aspect and about other gods as well. Thank you.